Record. Hello, Miss V. How you doing?
Hello there, Mama Medhoos. I've missed you.
I've missed you too. And Eric, I don't miss because we work every single day, but I still love you.
He loves it. He loves it. And
That
he's very grateful for the ability that you have stepped into and up to.
oh, it's been so much fun and so fulfilling. We are going to talk about the COVID vaccine. No haters, please. Don't shoot us, the messengers. These all come from the peeps, almost all of them anyway. So
Yep.
I guess we can get started. Eric, can you tell us? I'm going to just read off the list.
Okay.
Can the substances in the vaccine prevent third eye being open? I mean, can it mess with our intuitive abilities? That I see that. I have some questions like that too,
Mhm.
and from my peeps. This is from Veronica's peeps.
So this is really funny because I think I told you before we did this, Erik came to me and he said, I'm going to bring Madame Curie in. And I was like, I don't know. Not for the public, though. Madame Curie worked with me, with Erik, because honestly, I was a little afraid of doing this.
Yeah.
And Erik knows just who to bring in because I was thinking when he said that, well, that's weird. So, what came from that conversation was we're fighting two viruses. We're fighting this body that we know as a virus, the invasion of an outside substance,
Yeah.
but we're also fighting fear of the virus.
Yes.
Now, two different reason or two different avenues, but the truth is the fear from the virus is much more deadly than the virus. Now hold on, they say, because yes, the virus is deadly, but the fear, what it does to the physiological body, is
Oh.
worse than the virus effects. So the long-term effects of the fear from the virus will be worse for you than the actual virus itself. So now, thank you,
Wait,
Erik.
does the fear change the body physiology so that you are more likely to get sicker or to
Susceptible,
die or and more okay, I got it. Oh,
more susceptible to
where have your
all.
thoughts, people? They become reality. So
Mhm.
fearful thoughts bring
So, can
fearful
it
outcomes.
affect your third eye? Erik says no, it cannot affect your third eye. In fact, there isn't anything that can affect your third eye except your thoughts that can affect your third eye. Now, there are outside pollutants that will lessen or numb your third eye, but
Yeah.
there's nothing that's going to completely take it away. If you notice how sharp you are with your third eye and you have an understanding of how to use it, you'll always have a benchmark to see what interferes with it. And that's a great exercise to be aware of.
Interesting, because I do, Eric, and the Divine Team. Well, actually, it's Archangel Michael. We open people's um, third eye and open their crown chakra if they want. And I
Mhm.
noticed I did it to myself, and it's amazing.
It
I mean,
really is.
flow in.
It really is.
And y'all can get y'all's too at atlantiscalar.com. All right, but will the vaccine have to be repeated every year, like the flu vaccine?
Yes, but the dosage may um, begin to decrease a little bit over time
Okay.
once they understand more about the vaccine in the body and how it impacts the body. And also strains become lower and lower over time, he's telling me.
Oh, all right. So will it have to be repeated because we don't know any better, and it really doesn't have to be repeated, or it has to be repeated?
It has to be repeated.
Okay, got it. Now, other light channels who channel have said that some of the vaccines are placebo. Some change DNA intentionally, and some are fine. Is this accurate information?
Erik said it is not a placebo and it doesn't necessarily alter DNA, but it does alter a piece of, and I feel a little inept in bringing this forward because Erik's explaining it to me very simply because I'm not that scientific person. It alters how the cell resists or combats
Oh,
the
so it's just
invasion.
antibodies. It produces
Yeah.
antibodies that attack the virus.
Yes, correct.
Okay, good. You did good. All right, here's a big one. A lot of people think they're tracing microchips added to this vaccine, or maybe others. Is that true?
Eric's doing this. He's doing this, right? And he's got this really professorish looking face.
Yeah.
And he says, think of it this way. There are way many more ways to trace you than a vaccine. He
I
says that
can
is not
imagine.
true.
Oh, good. All right. Now they have two of them that are like you have to have two doses, and one that it's only one dose that you need. I think it's
You,
like there's Moderna, there's Pfizer, and then there's Johnson and Johnson. Maybe Johnson and Johnson is. I don't know if it's available yet.
Eric
But
says this, no to Johnson and Johnson. That's not going to fly right now. There
oh,
are two that are known and they both need follow-ups, and that's where it may change in the future. But
oh,
for
okay,
now, and I'm using my word, the concoction they have now,
okay.
you need 2 doses of it.
Well, does it? Is there one better than another, or about the same? Maybe Moderna or Pfizer. Is there one you like better?
Eric says they're essentially the same
Okay.
vaccine.
Okay.
It's just, he says, if you think it's not about having a monopoly on it, because a monopoly would not best serve society. It's
Uh-huh.
best if everybody gets their hand in it in the appropriate modified guideline way.
All right. What about long-term side effects? Will there be any?
So he says that would be premature to say there are no long-term side effects because humanity doesn't know what the side effects are. And that's the truth. We don't know anything we put in our body, he says, what the side effects and the long-term effects are. We don't know.
But
And this is where I think Madame Curie coming in and talked to me about the radium and all of that stuff. Exposed in a certain way, yes, it was dangerous. Yes, there were side effects, but once we evolved and understood how to work with it,
yeah.
there weren't any. So it's possible, but that again is more fear than fact.
Well, it's your spirit. You're not human. You must know. There's no time. Can 20 years from now?
But again, this is free will, because what if the person manufacturing it goes off the deep end and does something that's not, in alignment with,
All right.
or
What about the people who have had it now, who've already had the
no
vaccine?
effect. There's no effect
Oh, good.
documented in the known universe.
Okay. Can immunocompromised people receive the vaccine, and pregnant people?
Absolutely. And they're the people that they're starting with. And Erik says, rightly so.
Yeah. So is it safe to put in our, I mean, if you were a human, do you want me to take it? Get the vaccine? Your own mother?
Everyone should take it.
And that's okay. Are there rid chips in the vaccine that will make people sick and sterile long term?
No.
I don't know, RID chips. I don't know what that is.
There's no chips. There's nothing sinister, he says.
Oh.
And this is part of the fear that's keeping people sick.
Oh, yeah. Some intuitive people say there will be another pandemic shortly after this one. Is that true?
No, Erik says not for another 100 or 150 years.
Well, that's good. Okay, that's nice. Well, so does China have anything sinister as far as biological warfare? I mean, they want to be the leaders of the
Free world.
free world.
He says it's not in the sense that they would go after the little guy. And Erik says they're calling us the little guy. That's warfare. They're on a much more sophisticated level.
Mhm.
They want the power that be to succumb, and that's not us.
Oh, okay. Well, I want the power to be to succumb to sometime. Is it safe taking this vaccine, or will there be after effects? Like, okay, we did that. Will they make it mandatory?
Erik says no.
What about for travel? Will there be some countries that require a vaccine card in order to get into the country?
There definitely, it will vary country to country, just like the mandates will vary state to state. There's not one prescribed way to do it, Erik says, and we're never going to have one prescribed way.
Okay.
Employers, more that I'm hearing, private employers that
Oh,
have more power over mandating it than government employees,
oh, that makes sense.
employers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Will there be any states that mandate it? Or were you said the US will not mandate the vaccine, correct?
Correct.
Will state,
But within
travel. I'm sorry, for travel.
yes, within principalities, some may mandate it, but it won't be an overall overarching mandated.
Okay.
And for traveling out of the country into countries, I can't see what he's showing me. Europe may mandate it,
Okay.
make it necessary to come in their country. You may need that.
Okay. What about
He's also saying the powers that be right now in the US may be leaning towards mandating it for people who come in. Yes.
okay, maybe from very COVID,
Yes.
positive
Mhm.
places? Okay. But what about particular states in the United States?
Um,
Mandates?
California will mandate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is
Uh,
one of the biggest ones.
okay. How will it affect young children?
He says just not in any way that's hindering to them. It will build up antibodies. So as they get older, just like with other vaccines, they will need less of it. This is
Okay.
what I think he's talking about, needing less and less over time. At 58 years old, I need a certain dosage. Okay.
Okay.
As my body gets used to it, I will need less and less. Think about a child, of course, needs less and less.
Like a booster shot.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So there might be a booster shot. That makes sense.
Correct.
Like tetanus. You
Mhm.
get the main one and then you get booster shots.
Correct.
Okay, with the new strain of COVID that just came out, especially, really horrible and ravaging the UK, will the vaccines that we have now from Pfizer and Moderna, will they protect against?
There's one umbrella for this virus, and it's called the N1H1. It's one umbrella, and there are
Okay.
different strains under it. This next strain that we're now experiencing in Europe will be combated with what we have out now.
Oh, good. Okay, did this. But it doesn't change our DNA, correct? It just
It
creates
does not.
antibodies.
It does not. It puts a piece of, Eric's saying, like a little piece of protein, if you will, that's going to eat the nasties. I'm dumbing it down for me because it's really a manipulation of adding. It's not a live germ. Erik says it's not the
Is it
live
is it
virus.
attenuated, weakened virus maybe?
It's not live. There's no form. It's
Okay.
man-made.
Okay. What, the vaccine or the virus?
The vaccine.
Oh, okay, okay. Is this vaccine really needed, or is it just to make money? Someone wants to ask.
No, the vaccine is definitely needed.
Okay.
And wait a minute, he wants to go on and say why there's a pandemic right now is
Okay.
because there is a very low resistance and a very low tolerance at a cellular level because of the world we're living in. Think about all the devices that are coming in and impacting us. And the number one cause of a weakened immune system and weakened cells is stress.
Oh, yeah. And I think it was probably a contract to have us go through this because with these lockdowns, we've been sort of forced or encouraged
Mhm.
to start thinking inwardly and start trying to examine our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our priorities. Some people have like lost their jobs, and then finally they're pursuing their passion as a light worker to become healers. I mean, there's been all sorts of things that I think are part of
Yep.
the kickstarting, the accelerating
Absolutely.
attention
We're,
to
he
5D.
says we're shifting to a new level and a new awareness. And this was the kick in the ass that we needed.
Okay. Um, Erik told me that he can, with the scalar energy thing, he can help me, he can produce a frequency set to prepare and protect people during as they ascend to 5D. And I think it's pretty cool.
Oh,
So he
wow.
gave me a really long frequency set and an intent, a prayer of intent, so that they could be completely protected. Their physical bodies, their mental bodies, and their spiritual bodies are totally protected.
Oh,
So
love
I don't
that.
know who needs it though. I mean, I would not know who needs it. So
But they will know.
yeah.
Erik says they will know.
Okay. Well, sometimes, but anyway, through Atlantis Scalar, I offer a $20 consult so people can get only what they need, because sometimes they order things they don't need and
Mhm.
don't order what they need. And then the $20 goes right back to them whenever they order something. So I added that if they need the Ascension
That's
protection
beautiful.
just to see. I don't know. I don't know.
By the way, Erik says this is the medicine of the future.
Wow, that's cool. Because there's a lot of people with physical problems that maybe they're related to Ascension, or mental problems, psychological problems, etc. So
Yeah.
I believe I didn't think of that before. Whatever. I'm a little slow. Okay, let's see. This is going on to a new list. Oh yeah. Will this virus continue to mutate until these vaccines are no longer effective?
Yes, of course, that's what it does.
Oh,
But then we'll have then there'll be a new one.
like the flu shot that always changes every year, really. I mean,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So the answer is yes.
Will it, what kind of time frame, is it going to be a yearly, hey man, we need to mix this up a little different, or
You,
every 2 years, every 5 years?
you mean the concoction in the shot, in the
Yeah,
vaccine?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Erik
to make
says,
up for the mutations.
yeah. Erik says it's probably on a 5-year plan.
Oh, okay. The 5-year plan. All right, let me see here. Uh, okay, that's done. I'm going through another list. It's our 2021 predictions. Okay. Um, okay, well, we need vaccination passports to travel. We already discussed that. Do you feel, Erik, that the vaccine has been researched thoroughly enough? I mean, frankly, I'm telling you, we've been making a COVID vaccine, maybe not designed specifically for 19. That's been in the
For
works
a
for a
long.
long time.
Yeah.
So we haven't had to start from scratch. We just have
Erik
to,
says what the public perceives as boom, there it is
it's
totally
not.
not that. Probably 20 to 30 years in the making.
Exactly. It has been
Minimal
specifically for
steps.
19, but
Yeah.
that has not had to be so much done to tweak it.
And he's like this. He says, it's not rolling up your sleeves and pulling an all-nighter and cranking it out in one night. That's what he says.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Why do those with negative blood fight off COVID better?
Has something to do with the cells and the it's on a cellular level.
The receptors on the cells that
So what I see is he's showing me a cell. It's like a ball, and it has all these little hair-like things coming out of it.
okay.
And some are more intense, or there's more of them. So you, as the doctor, could
Okay.
help me with this, but that's
Oh,
what
so
I see.
Oh, I don't know. It could be that their just immune system is more targeted to protect them against
They
COVID.
look like little hairs coming off the cell, though. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. That's
There's
what he's.
little appendages from like macrophages that just suck up the virus with little.
They look like little hairs, little tentacles or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, and
Well,
I
you're
don't
not
know if
alone, girl.
Erik is giving me images, and I'm just not comprehending.
Okay. Is the vaccine the best way out of this pandemic, Erik?
Yes, but it needs to come with education and not viral education. It needs to come with emotional education. The work that you're doing with the scalar work, the work you're doing, the work that I have been guided to do with energy healing, it's all part of the package. You can vaccinate yourself against this, but rest assured, if your immune system stays compromised, you're susceptible to everything that comes down the pike, he says.
Oh yeah. So you got to let me know when you're ready to be to join the Atlanta Scalar Healing Team.
Erik told me I literally just put it out today.
Okay.
Literally.
Good.
Yep.
All I need is the picture bio. You can look at the healing team on the atlantascalar.com and see
Awesome.
what people have done to sort of mimic that. All right. So, what if a person has had COVID and they have COVID antibodies? Do they need the vaccine?
He said yes.
Okay. I figured. Felt right.
Yes. Yep.
Do you think lockdowns were the appropriate approach to the pandemic?
He said yes, because, you know, it was a great way to just separate people. And that was the bad part of it, the separation of it. But to contain it, it needed to stay in a very centralized location. So yes. However, he says the lockdown probably didn't happen soon enough.
Okay. Well, I personally think that when you put a lot of people together, like in New York, I think they did it the wrong way. Everybody go in together, and then somebody gets cabin fever, and well, they all catch COVID. They're right together, right? And then they sort of seed. You know,
Yeah.
I think just social distancing and masks and no lockdown. Lockdown has had a lot of collateral damage: suicides, alcoholism, addiction, job loss, etc. So.
But the minds of the powers that be, that was the logical step.
Yeah. But it wasn't, I don't think lockdown was the right way, Erik. I disagree with you.
Yeah, but he said it was the logical step in the powers that be. So in a sense, it was logical for where we are.
Okay, so maybe at the very beginning and then boom, and then.
If it would have happened like instantly, as soon as we knew, and then by March, when we went into lockdown, we would have been disseminating out and about, he says.
Are you talking about also locking down the country sooner?
From yes.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Okay, will COVID-19 eventually just die away at some future point? 50 years from now, 25 years?
Well, what? I missed the first part.
I'm sorry. Will COVID-19 eventually just die away and no longer be, I mean, in 25 years, 50 years?
No, it won't die away. It'll always be a thing, but it'll be a weekend thing. It'll be something to go down in history, but it won't be something that is going to rule history forever. Like it's on the books, like the 1918 pandemic. This will be on the books as the 2000 or the 2020 pandemic. It's one for the books, Erik says, but no, it's not going to rule the future.
Okay, all right. Doesn't decalcify our pineal gland, right? Disconnect us from source, higher cells. We already kind of.
No.
All right. Do they affect fertility in a negative way?
That's a big question. So I'm hearing the short, simple answer is no. The vaccine does not impact fertility.
Okay.
However, However, we talked about long-term effects.
Yeah.
Not treating the virus or
Oh,
not building up enough antibodies, rather, could impact fertility.
well, I can imagine the long-term effects. There's so many long-term effects of COVID, which
Yeah.
is so strange. Why is Bill Gates obsessed with vaccines? It's kind of a touchy one.
The short answer is he's infatuated with mass manipulation.
Okay. Well, does he want to use the vaccine for nefarious purposes, or does he really?
No,
Okay.
no, he just likes the power of mass manipulation.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Um, will there be an effective treatment instead to replace the vaccine?
No, no, the vaccine is the most effective treatment.
Is there anybody that should not get the vaccine? Dead people.
Um, Erik says, not at this point. No, 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 he says. He wants to be very clear. No, 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 no.
Okay. One person's asking, should we wait until a safer vaccine comes out, or get the
Erik
Pfizer?
says, what are you waiting for? We just told you it was 30 years in the making.
Right, right. Okay. It's safe
He
for
says
people.
he wants to clarify something. This fear that's out there, this conspiracy fear of this virus, the government trying to get in your body and oh, it's going to make you grow an arm out your chest. He said that's the fear that is actually making people sicker. And he's doing this, making people sicker than the virus.
Oh yeah, he's
adamant about that.
All right, so some people. So this person says, "Why is the vaccine causing so many problems by people who have taken it so far?" I mean, Annika's a medical student. She took it, and Christina, who's an anesthesiologist, took it. And they've been a really sore arm, pretty much is it, and you can't take Motrin or Tylenol afterwards because it makes it less effective. But this one says, for example, people passing out, half of their mouth drooping when they smile, people losing their connection to God. All right, so have there been like strokes or Bell's palsy from the?
Never. Erik says never. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to step up here and I'm going to really speak up because this fucking infuriates me.
Oh boy, she mad.
There isn't a man-made thing that can separate you from God.
Good.
There isn't. Erik's like, you tell him,
it's a little bit more powerful than that. It could be, a lot of times, when somebody will have Bell's palsy, but it's not related to the vaccine, or a stroke, but they were going to have one without it.
Exactly.
So, then they blame it on the vaccine. That's true when you look up the side effects of medications or the complications.
Why do some people get it?
People who just happen to have that side effect or that heart attack or whatever, it had nothing to do with the medication, but they're CYA,
Yep. Why do some people get the virus and some people don't?
Yeah.
Could that be a contractual thing? Erik says absolutely it could be.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love Christina, my eldest, has this. She's very pro-vaccination. I mean, because I had a medical student friend that had polio because her parents didn't, vaccinate her. Anyway, but she has vaccines cause adults. I love that. Hello, my question: if we are forced to take the vaccine, is there a way to vibrationally minimize the effects, like listening to certain hertz, like 532 hertz, 528 hertz? I mean, what can we do to minimize whatever, even if there are few side effects, the side effects?
Sound therapy. Erik says the sound is very healing, and I'll be teaching a sound healing class coming up in February. Also, keeping the meridians in the body, flushing the lymphs in the body. And that's also what I teach during my healing sessions that I'm bringing forward, how to cleanse your lymphs and how to work with your healing, naturally, your healing points in your body. I'll give you one example of how to just kind of a lot of times when people go to get this vaccine and it's new to them, I hear a lot of my clients telling me they're anxious about it. Well, if you want to combat anxiety, one of the quickest things you can do is take the palm of your hand, put the other hand back here, and just press, almost as if you're pulsating, because there are points here. What you're doing is you're taking the fight or flight part, and you're actually calling the blood back into your frontal lobe. Because when we get into a fight or flight pattern, it's not because the saber-toothed tiger is going to eat us, which was what it was created for. It's because my phone crashed, my computer doesn't work, they didn't get the email, or the vaccine's going to give me something. So stop, bring it down right here, push, pulsate, and call your blood back and calm yourself down. I teach exercises like that.
Hey, you know, we need to have you on just a Zoom set, YouTube, just on those kind of things that you can do. That would be so cool.
I would love to do that.
If we keep it, how much longer are we going to have to do the mask mandates, you think, once the vaccine has been administered? When do you see that ending? In the summer?
Eric says it'll be like this. You'll see less and less, and it'll be reinforced less and less, but it's going to stay strong until maybe June, July.
Okay. Will there be any deaths that could have been prevented if a non-vaxxer did get the vaccine? Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that Eric says, well, that's common sense.
Yeah.
You know? But
go ahead.
But also, what's contract?
Yeah, I know.
So if you look at, if I'm interested in this, if you look at the overall, and you have 400,000 deaths, okay? Yeah. How many of those deaths were written into contract that they collectively as a group said, we're going to die together? And the pandemic just happened to be the collective energy that took their life. We don't know that.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting. Through Atlantic Scalar, you know, I found out that a very small percentage of the portal work is not as effective as I want. And so I found out these are always one of three things. They're empaths, and we can do an empath protection that lasts for all eternity. They have too many energy blocks, and we have some. Erik has a frequency set for opening up all the energy blocks forever. And number three, revoking spiritual contracts that can be revoked, okay, that are no longer served. So, you know, that could be done. But I was just thinking about this. Erik, can we find a very inexpensive to do frequency set for people who are going to take the vaccine that will protect them, minimize the side effects? I mean, something super cheap.
What is
you said the price is, and I can't move the dowsing rods unless the price is right because of energy exchange. But you know, this should be extremely inexpensive.
Are you looking for a system, or are you looking for a frequency?
No, I'm looking for a scalar energy program, like you know, like I have. Like this is This is my program for frequencies for ascension, preparation, protection.
Oh, and that comes from Erik?
Oh, yes, he and the divine team. Do we start at 1 hertz? Yes. Do we go to 1.05 or higher? 1.01
Got it.
You know, that sort of thing. It takes forever.
He says yes, and you'll have this produced by 2/28.
Okay, but I want to create a frequency set like this. I want you to create something that will protect people from side effects for the vaccine. Can we do that, or no?
Yes, absolutely. Because what you're doing, he says, is it's a what you're really doing, he says, you're doing the frequency. This is a big, long explanation he's giving me, but I'm going to simplify it. The frequency is going directly into the cells of the person.
Yeah, okay.
You're hitting the cells. And so if there is a cell that is compromised, meaning it's not getting its nutrients to do what it does, you're raising the frequency of the cell. And so the body then is turned on to do what it was designed to do.
Can they do it before or after the vaccine? What's the
Either
deal?
or.
Okay.
But his point to you is you're going to find this, work with him on this by February 28th. It's going to be available.
Oh, I want to do it ASAP. I want
Well,
people to take it.
that's the latest.
Oh, okay. We'll work on it, and you can help me make the intent, because these intents are really like, okay.
Yeah.
It's with great love, respect, and gratitude that I call upon the divine team to fully prepare and protect the physical, mental, and spiritual bodies of so and so as he or she ascends to the fifth dimension. And then I, make sure that with great love, respect, and gratitude, I call upon the divine team to make sure that all this, the aforementioned transcends all lifetimes, dimensions, universes, planetary systems, man sources, and will last from now and for all eternity. And then I have always one to revoke any contract that interferes with that. So
I love that.
I know, it's amazing, but they like their adverbs, man. Oy. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess that's it. Anything else you want to add, Erik?
Erik says he wants to impress upon people that this shutdown that we experienced over the last year should have given us great insight to who we are and what we need in our life.
Yeah.
And for some people, they will see areas of themselves they're not happy with. And if they want to work through that, come to you, let you pinpoint with them those areas, work with it, the scalar energy. And the other thing, he is the one that had me step into this healing work with energy work, because I was like,
he told me through another medium, and you said, no, that's not me. I don't do that.
I know. I was scared.
He insists that you do. So that's good. We need you.
Listen, he said to me, I have a thick head.
He knows you're just like his mom.
Yeah.
All right, you guys check her out at veronicadrake.com and tell us where those cool tiles, we could buy that on your Etsy shop, which is
my God, Oracle Art. It's my Etsy shop, Oracle Art by V, and there are healing codes in the tiles.
Oh my God, they are so beautiful. I love the one you sent me. And you
get a message.
Help you with this. It got a message too. And
I
see Erik's face in it. Did you know that?
No, my God.
Yeah.
This is some of my work. I just want to show. I know, I love this. Look at this really quick.
Oh my God.
And you turn it and there are messages every other way. So Oracle Art by V is Etsy shop.
Yeah, and I think you graphic design, your interior designers out there, you can make a backsplash of those things. It'd be cool.
Listen, you can commission me to do big pieces and then it can be one big backsplash show. Yeah.
Awesome. Anyway, and also go to atlantiscalar.com, ATLAN, like the island of Atlantis, and then scalar is SCALAR.com. Check it out. We'll get that COVID thing, and Erik's going to set the price, and I'll really browbeat him to make it super cheap.
Awesome.
Okay, love you guys.
Thank you, Mama.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you. Let's get to work.